Hello and welcome back to episode 29, I think, of the podcast ENTRE Os CURLS. In case you don't know, this is a bilingual podcast where I talk about daily events from my point of view, really. So welcome. I hope you had a wonderful bank holiday if you are in the UK. If you are in Portugal as well, I think last week Thursday was bank holiday as well. So I hope you've been enjoying these days. I didn't because I work in hospitality, and obviously if you work in hospitality, bank holiday weekends are always busy. So let's just say that I spend my bank holiday working, and I did basically. That's all I did, and tried to finish some work as well for my course. But I hope you guys enjoyed the bank holidays. Actually, it's been amazing. The weather has been amazing, hot, which let's see how long it's gonna last. But at least it's hot, so I can't complain about that. Just complaining that I couldn't enjoy that much, but that comes with what you do, so I can't complain about that. But before we jump into that as well, don't forget that you can find this lovely podcast in all the major podcast platforms like Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and obviously Anchor. In case you don't know, if you are listening to this episode in English, there's always episodes in both Portuguese and English. So if you want to go back, the last episode was Portuguese, episode 28, which was more than a week ago. I know that. I'm actually recording this the day that I'm going to release this episode, Wednesday, because life happens, and bank holiday happens, and work happens, and I'm a very busy person, and as I say in pretty much all my episodes by now, I'm not that good at organizing myself when it comes to content, which I'm trying to fix that. Which brings me to the first topic, which is, this is the last episode in English of the month. Yes, guys, don't be sad. I know you're gonna be sad. You're gonna miss me. Lol. But I decided to take a little break off the podcast to actually reorganize myself. I do want to structure more or less what I'm doing regards content creating. So I decided to take a break from the podcast for this month. So I will be releasing this episode today, Wednesday, and then this English episode. I can't even speak. And then next week I will be releasing the Portuguese episode, explaining as well, pretty much the same. But yeah, for the month of June, this will be the last two episodes, and then I'll come back, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for, July. But in case that I decide to take a little bit more time to organize myself, instead of 2 weeks, I'll do, let's say, a month. I will update on my social media. So follow me on my Twitter mainly, and my Instagram as well, which I always leave the link in the description of the episode. So you can check that out, and I will be updating on that. But yeah, I just decided to take a little break because, as I explained in previous episodes, I do a lot, and sometimes when you do a lot, you cannot really focus, and you cannot not always give your 100% in everything that you do if you do too much. So I had to realize that I always been someone that does everything, but then do I really do the best that I can do? I doubt it. I think that I could do much better. So I decided to just, take a step back on the podcast, organize myself better, because there are at least, the podcast is something that I can, at this point, I can actually take a break, maybe start doing seasons. Not too sure about that yet. But I decided to just, from everything that I'm doing, the podcast is what I can take a step back without feeling like, I'm missing something. Although I really enjoy doing the podcast, it was the highlight for sure, the highlight of my, content creation world was starting this podcast. I'm really, really happy about it. But yeah, sometimes you have to rethink things, and that's what I'm doing. Even on my shop, I wanted to release some stuff in this month, June, but I also took a step back. I'm still working on them, but I don't want to rush it. I want to perfect it. I want to make it great, everything that I do now, I can still continue to do it. I still have hair accessories. I still have my keychains in resin that I make. So, we'll continue to work on these ones, and then working on the new stuff as I go along. But I won't be releasing anything new until July, because I decided to just, the same way that I'm taking a step back in the podcast, I'm taking a step back and working with time, with care, on my other stuff offline. I don't need to be, releasing stuff that for me is not as I want it to be, as a standard that I wanted to bring for my brand, because it's not just a hobby. I really want my business to drive. So I decided to do this as well. And then I can finally focus on my blog, which literally I don't think I haven't posted anything since the year has started, which is a disgrace, let's just say, because my blog is my main, for me, is where I should post everything that I do. The blog is the main source for me, is where I should post everything, and I literally neglected my blog this year. We are in the middle of the year, let's just say like that, 6 months into, and I haven't, top of my head, if I remember, I haven't posted anything in there. So I need to focus on that. I should be posting a review, finally, coming back to the blog tomorrow. These episodes of the episodes of the podcast, I really want to start uploading them to the blog as well. So even though I've been posting a lot, I might start writing down some things and uploading them to the blog as well. So you can always find them there. And yeah, I decided to do this so I can be a little bit more organized with that, and my YouTube channels as well. In case you don't know, if it's your first time around here, if you just discovered this podcast, I have 2 YouTube channels. One where it is related to hair mainly, and music. Music, I actually as well haven't posted a lot about it, but I do more music challenges. I want to bring a little bit more of music into my channel. I just don't know yet how I'll go about it. If I do reaction videos, which is not really what I wanted to bring to the channel, because my channel is mainly focused on hair and music in general, not really reactions, but I will think about it. And then my second channel is a vlogs channel, vlogs related to my studies and my this business side of things, which I haven't posted yet. I only posted a video there of a weekend, productive weekend, just a weekend vlog, and a few shorts, which are the new, ways of sharing videos on YouTube as well. So yeah, I really want to focus on that and planning, So basically, that's the main reason why you won't have many podcast episodes in this month, and hopefully in July I'll be back. either the first week of July or probably not the first week of July, because the month of June ends on a Tuesday, and that's normally when I should upload my podcast episodes. But in the second week of July, I would expect to be back and bring you new content and new stories and new, things that happened that I really want to talk about it. It's a bit sad because I wanted to do some things related to Pride Month, but as I said, I really want to focus on other stuff, and podcast is the thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a step back on that. Because of that, because of that, let's talk a little bit about Pride. I don't want that to stay, without me talking about it, because I think it's a very important topic. I do support the cause. I do believe love is love. Doesn't matter, what gender you are, what orientation you have. And I believe people should love themselves, and that's it. And love one another and respect one another for who they are. And that's basically it. I really wanted to bring some people on to the podcast and talk about it, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. Still, if you can, support the cause. If you don't know how to support the cause, there's loads of things happening in Pride Month that you can learn about the cause and what Pride Month actually means, and what some difficulties that the community still faces today. And me, as a Black woman, I know being gay in a Black community is something really, really hard to be. So I really wanted to shout out to all my Black people that are in the community, LGBTQIA+, I think that's the way to say it. If not, I'm sorry. I'm trying to work it out, the words in English while I'm thinking in Portuguese. That's how my brain works. But I just wanted to give you a shout out, and you are amazing, and I support you all the way. And yeah, I just wanted to give you my, support and leave a word on that for Pride Month, because I know how hard it is. Although the only type of discrimination, and I put that on quote, is because of the color of my skin. I do, and being a woman, obviously, I do know that being Black and being from the community is really, really hard and difficult, even nowadays, unfortunately. So yeah, I do support the cause. So guys, go and support it as well. Learn about it. Open your mind a little bit. As I always say, and for me, they are this is the base of anything and everything that we do in life. Anything and everything that we do in life is respect. We need to be respectful of everyone's choices in life, and that goes for anything, really. Anything. It doesn't matter. Color of the skin, country you were born in, the way that you speak, the way that you, your orientation. It doesn't matter. It's just respect. You need to respect. We need to respect one another and love one another and be kind to one another. That's basically my my standards. My the way that I live. Like, for me, that's basic. You need to be able to do these things. You need to be able to respect others most, to be actually, to live in society, to be honest. That's basically it. So, yeah, guys, that's my 2 cents on the Pride Month. I will be talking a little bit more probably in the next episode in Portuguese. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it for the Pride Month. Enjoy it. Some places are already opening up. we can go out, still with some obviously precautions. So there's probably going to be some Pride events going on in London. Not as we used to be, or they used to be, because I've been to some Pride parades and they were amazing, and I miss agglomeration with people. But enjoy it the way that you can, and be safe out there. And yeah, if you are taking the vaccines as well, you probably are safer now as well. I'm not too sure how that's going for ages, because they are calling people by age group. So I was called. I haven't taken the vaccine yet, but that's another conversation that I will have probably in July. If I take the vaccine by then, probably I will. But that's another topic that I don't want to bring it now, because I'm still, yeah. Let's just change topic. I wanted to change topic because I finally went to see a movie in the cinema. I think I talked about it on episode 27, that I was really excited to go, because Demon Slayer, which is the English name for Kimetsu no Yaiba anime, came out on the 26th of May, and I was really excited to go and watch it and all that, but I had a deadline, so in the end I couldn't go. So yesterday I finally could go and watch that, and it was the best experience ever I had in like a long time. Oh my god, the drama. No, but seriously, it was amazing. I don't know when was the last time I put the feet on the cinema. Like, I was just so happy, like, to go to the cinema. I should have vlogged it, but I literally forgot how excited I was to see the movie. Like, everything. Like, the popcorn, the drink, which I didn't get any because I had my bottle of water. And I always walk around with my bottle of water, guys. So, my bottle of water is like the flask type of bottles of water, that you just refill with whatever, and it can be cold and can be hot. You can use it for both. Not sponsored, I'm just saying that's what I use. And I always walk around with my bottle of water. Everybody that knows me knows that I always walk around with water, and now couldn't do the same. Anyways, and I was so excited, and the movie was amazing. Oh, I was so glad. Oh my god. Even my voice now is failing. Sorry guys, I'm gonna drink some water. Give me 1 second, and I'm not gonna cut this out like I always do. Sips water. Yep, that's me. But the movie was amazing. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but guys, if you like anime like I do, if you haven't watched Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, what are you doing in your life? Go and watch it, because season 2 is coming out. It's like the continuation of the movie. So came season 1 and then the movie, and now season 2, which is season 2 of the anime. It's amazing. I really want to do one episode of this in this podcast just about anime. But I need to invite someone else so I can talk about like the ones that we love the most. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys even watch anime? Let me know. I will leave probably a poll on Twitter to ask about it, if I should do an episode just dedicated to anime and Asian culture in general. Ideas are coming up to my head, But yeah, I just love the movie so much. I was so happy with all the experience, And in the ads of the movies, they did like 2 of the ads were like, one was about Fast and Furious 9, where Van Diesel was talking about like how this whole situation of the pandemic, all this pandemic situation made people, isolate from each other, and we've been apart, and blah blah blah, and then obviously leading to some images of the movie Fast and Furious 9, which is coming out soon as well. I think the end of June, I think, is coming out in the UK, or I guess everywhere in the world. And I got excited. Like, listen, now that I know that I can go to cinemas again, it's like, it's on. I'm gonna go back to going to cinemas again, to movies, and to the movies, because I was just so happy. And like, because we saw, like, I went with a friend to watch it, and it was funny because it was like, we watched the movie. It was just like, well, us, another girl, and another two people in there as well. So like 5 of us in the cinema, in that room, to watch the anime. And then we came out, the movie finished and everything, and then we saw loads of people coming out from one room only, and we were like, ooh, what are they watching? It's not the same as us, definitely. But it was just so nice to see. Of course, you still need to keep your distance. You need to wear your mask. Well, to be honest, I didn't wear my mask during the movie because, it was 5 people in the room, in a whole cinema room. So why would I have to wear a mask in there? But you still have to wear your mask, of course, keep the distance and all of that things. But it was an amazing experience, and I'm super happy, super hyped. I was just like, yes, cinema, yes, please, yes. And the movie as well was amazing. I wanted to go back today as well, but I have things to do, like recording this podcast that you are listening to. So, yeah, I think, like, I don't know. I was just like, people forgot that cinemas existed. That was my thing, at least. I was just like, and the weather's been so nice that I don't think people would waste their time on it, I guess. But I'm just happy. Concerts are back as well. Well, back in the sense of the tickets are starting to be sold as well. But I don't know if I'm going to any, to be honest, soon. Talking about that, Afro Nation got cancelled. What a surprise! What a surprise that Afro Nation got cancelled. I mean, I know there's always these people that, is positive about it and it's going to happen, it's going to be amazing. Listen, guys, I knew it already. It wouldn't happen. So I wasn't even excited about it. And that's why I didn't want to talk about it, because I knew it wouldn't happen. Even now, Portugal is back on the ABRE list. What in the world? This is like, listen, I don't even want to start this conversation, because I was ready to plan my trip to Portugal, and now I'm going to have to reevaluate my whole summer, okay? I need to go back home. I haven't been home in a year. I haven't traveled in a year, more than a year. That's a lot for me, huh? That's a lot. No, more than a year. What am I talking about? That's been more than a year. Anyways, and now Portugal being back to ABRE list has just like pissed me off. I don't even know what are the conditions yet, like to be able to travel. But I know being in the ABRE list means 2 weeks or 10 days of being isolated again. Like when I get there. And then I think it's when I get there. And then on the way back. I don't know. It's either one or the other. I don't know if they're going to include like the vaccination thing and relieve people from it. I really don't know. And then I've been seeing news about the decision on the 21st, because in case you don't know, in England, UK, the 21st of June is supposed to be the date that we're going to be relieved of the major restrictions that we have. Although everything is open now, like it's only like indoors is only 6 people. Outdoors, it can be a group of, I think, 30. I don't know exactly the numbers. And there's still some restrictions, obviously. And on the 21st is supposed to be the date that we are relieved of the major restrictions that we have. But now with all this situation, with people starting to travel again and being hot everywhere, people started to go out more. They are trying to reevaluate the whole situation for the 21st of June, which makes me even more pissed. Let's be honest. I'm laughing, but I'm not happy at all with this situation. So let's just hope for the best on the 21st of June. And hopefully everything goes well and Portugal goes back to green, because I really want to go home. I really want to go to Portugal because my home is here now in the UK. But you know what I mean? I really want to go to Portugal and see my friends and family. I mean, please. It's been tough and I want to see my friends and family, okay? But yeah, this whole situation of this pandemic is just crazy, and I hope the 21st is really a date that we can all be happy about it. Let's just see. But yeah, like in regards to all these events, cinema, which was wild. Why I started this whole conversation was because of the cinema. Concerts, they're back, and musicals. I can't wait for musicals as well, because I was planning to go watch it was Aladdin? No, Prince of Egypt with my friends, and obviously with all the situation that was cancelled, but I hope that's gonna be back soon as well, so I can go and watch it, because I really miss this type of entertainment, you know. Really miss going to see this type of shows once in a while. Even this week I was just like, because I've been studying a lot and doing work and working a lot as well, deadlines and stuff until last Sunday kinda, and I decided that this week I'm not gonna study. I know I probably shouldn't do that and I'm probably gonna regret it, but I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna enjoy, and that's what I did. Like Monday I finished earlier, I had some drinks with a friend. Yesterday I went to the cinema. Okay, today I dedicated the day to create content, but still I love doing that, and it's not like, you know, being forced to do it. It's just I really enjoy it, and I have how do you say, when you set some goals and some things that you have to do, and the podcast, as I decided to take 2 weeks off roughly of the podcast, I had to release an episode today because last week I didn't. So that's part of it. And then I still have to wash my hair while I'm actually recording this. I'm still need to wash my hair, but it's fine. And then I decided to just, you know, take a little break of everything that is pressuring me, let's be honest, because the last couple of weeks I felt like the weight of everything that I'm doing, and that's why I took the decision to, you know, take a step back and reevaluate everything that I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing now. Also good for myself, you know, because we need to think about ourselves, obviously. And I even post something about that on my Instagram. Again, the link is, the handle is in the description of this episode, as always, bedjoloves.com, if you want to find me over there. I do the same. I post in Portuguese and English, so you're not going to be left out. In the description, though, because in the main pictures is normally in Portuguese. But still, you can get the point of my posts. But yeah, I hope you guys are actually enjoying as well, taking care of yourselves. I like to mention this in pretty much all my episodes because it's really important, and I speak for myself. That's the reason why I'm taking a step back on some things that I'm doing and going slower, you know, because we have to sometimes, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm reevaluating things and working some things out that will hopefully improve everything that I'm doing on the background, you know. Apart from my full-time job, I'm doing other stuff, and there's nothing wrong. I believe there's nothing wrong of having other things, hobbies, let's say, although I do want these things to become more than hobbies, and that's why I'm working on them. But yes, that's something that I really wanted to talk about it, guys. And yes, I'm not gonna cut much of it. Decided to stop cutting my mistakes and what I say, because that's how I talk, and this is supposed to be a fluid conversation, And that's how I talk. So I'm talking to you guys like this. So there will be no major cuts. So that's it for me, guys. Let's end up the today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this little time with me, this little about half an hour that you have with me on these updates. You know, as I said at the beginning, I will be taking some time off this month. So this is the last episode in English. I hope you've been enjoying listening to my lovely episodes. Don't forget, you can listen to me on the major platforms, podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor. And obviously, I forgot to mention at the beginning, I do upload the podcast episodes on YouTube. I'm still a little behind on subtitles, but I'll be working on that as well. So you can follow me over there. I normally do subtitles in Portuguese and English for obvious reasons. But in case you don't know, you can also leave me a voice message if you are listening on Anchor. And don't forget to give it 5 stars to this lovely podcast and this episode. Follow this podcast as well. Don't forget, very important if you are listening on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, to follow and evaluate this podcast. It will mean the world to me. And thank you very much for that in advance. And don't forget that I'm going to leave a poll on Twitter about doing a podcast related to anime and Asian culture. Okay, so go there and interact with me. And the handle of the Twitter is also bedjoloves.com. I will leave it in the description of this episode. Okay, guys. So to end this lovely episode on a lovely hump day, which is not actually the day of the podcast, but guys, sorry, I'm just like that. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the week. You are enjoying this hot day, because it's hot today. It's really, really hot. Have some ice cream, drink some water, put some sun protector, please. And that's it for me. Have a rest of a lovely week. And I'll catch you in July. See ya!